So now, karibu to Alboa Cinema. See, today I'm hanging loose in the studio. Oh. Anyway, um, I've been thinking a bit for the last few days because the thing is, there isn't a lot of film content, Kenyan film content that's out there. What we have is there's a number of older projects, older movies that are on Netflix specifically. That's where you can access them. Um, so I'm in I'm in between two ideas. Uh, One of them, I'm going to do both. I'm not sure what follows what. But one of them that is very crucial, in my opinion, is about diagnosing and trying to find solutions to the Kenyan film industry. And by solutions, I mean how do we get to do more quality films that we can do good business with? That is really the bottom line. So the quality of the films and the market of the films, that's what I'm going to concentrate upon. There's a lot of things I'm doing by myself and my company and my business partners on that to make sure that we will create a sustainable film distribution not platform, like model. Because there's a lot of platforms, there's a lot of streaming platforms and whatnot. But as a filmmaker, unless you have like theater, because theater is really the core, in my estimation, of how yes we would build this. So the process really starts with diagnosing our problems. It's not very difficult. I think most of us know what they are. But I think going deep and trying to find out exactly the genesis of those problems, at the same time trying to find solutions for independent filmmakers. I'm talking about independent filmmakers because that's the realm that I am in. And I really don't think you can move the people who already have deals, because they're already in a comfort zone and we've seen what they're able to do with their comfort. So I don't want to join those kinds of setups. I strongly believe that as generally as filmmakers we are able to make, first of all, we are able to create quality movies. Secondly, I'm very convinced, considering the amount of opportunities that exist to distribute our films to people, I believe that can also be done by just us. So I want to do a series, okay? I want to do a series on first diagnosing the problems of the Kenya film industry. I'm calling it industry loosely. It's not really an industry, but diagnosing those problems. That means who's causing the problems or what is causing the problems. Secondly, how do we mitigate cost effectively? So they are saying we need funding. Like, that's a very blanket term. But how much do you need to make a film? How much should you spend to make a film so that you make money in Kenya? So there are a lot of these questions people don't ask because we are grant goblins. There's no independent. There's very, let me not say no, but there's very little independent funded projects. We just wait for grants, whether government or NGOs. You know, there's like this one. What this one's called? This Boniface Mwangi thing, Power 254. Those kind of people that are given grants from abroad, then they come and pretend to be doing things around here. So there's that, and then there's one that do documentaries. A lot of the times, some of these things come to my mind. I can't remember exactly what they are called, but of course I'll put it over here. The organization, DocuBox. Yes, that's what it's called, DocuBox. So it's a weird setup, I find, that has money for producing content, but not again, and then they don't seem to do a lot of commercial projects. It's more so activist type projects. You know, like activist projects are not commercial projects. They're generally funded to send a message or to pass a message, and then that's that. No filmmaker involved in that is thinking, oh, I'm going to put this in the theater and make money. They have already been paid for the work. So as by and large, this activist organization group films do not go anywhere. Is because even their scripts do tend to be, I guess, the worst of the lot. Even like if you read those activist or NGO type activist scripts for their movies, short films, documentaries, they're extremely weak, very boring. They lack a lot of the things in scripts that make them interesting. They don't like to ruffle feathers, so they like just keep the message, straight. They don't like to explore into other avenues. So I don't consider it a business per se. What I consider us producing films and putting it up in the theaters and convincing people to come watch them and pay for them, and also hope for another one, because we need these guys to want our films. We need Kenyans, we need Ugandans, Tanzanians, Americans, Indians. We need all these people who we watch their movies. You guys have been drinking very heavily from the Niger fountain of movies, as crap as they are, but they are a hell lot, and a number of people do like to watch them. I mean, admittedly, it's less sophistication kind of storytelling. It's just there, you know what they are. I'm throwing some kind of shade, but we know what they are. But also, the shade I'm throwing is not because of I don't appreciate what they did. I mean, they are in the position they are because they went through that, creating boring, bad movies and building on that and building on that. I don't think that's our route, mass market, like mass production. I think we are more fewer but quality films. I think that's where Kenya stands. Fewer but quality films. You understand? So we can't go there, do 1,000. We tried it with Riverwood. And Riverwood, you could see there are people with where they put like was it flour or whatever to make someone old, and it's kind of like bottom level high school drama kind of movies. And everything considered, they didn't do well. There are so many, they put so many actors and editors and audience under so much stress. People are editing these movies in a day or two, and there's absolutely no way you can create an interesting movie in a day or two. It just doesn't happen. For anybody who's trying to say that, that's absolute rubbish. But they did it, and it didn't work for us. The Riverwood didn't work. Even the people in Riverwood were just weirdos who just steal your content and your movies, and they don't want to pay. And duty one stop, all of a sudden they're like a cartel. Like, get out of here with your nonsense. You can't be a cartel of bottom feeding, and that's why it collapsed. And as far as Nigerians go, they kind of had a similar thing, but they had more hands-on on the street, DVDs. Then they went on to TV all over Africa. Everywhere those Niger films are there. So it built that, but also they were considerably better than our Riverwood was. Because the Riverwood mulifanya visanga. Wow. But anyway, those are the growing pains, and I hope that whatever I would say or share out of the 15 years of experience that I have dealing with the more hands on this industry, that maybe you might get information that help you to do something better, do slightly better business, understand the business a bit better, understand what quality is needed out there, understand what is it exactly we need to produce to be able to entice the world to watch. Because if we don't get the world to watch our stuff, my friend, it's going to be a tough one, considering economy. You can see how it is, and you see Hollywood makes makes their money for not only from America but worldwide. Asia, they are there heavily. Africa, we always see their movies on our screens. I just learned we have like 30 screens across Kenya, which I think is decent enough to make a shitload of money if you can really get into them. So let's first find out how to make these great films for cheap. All right, then we go sad. Sawa. Otherwise, okay. Peace. See ya.